3 decades have passed since many of the Gurkhas, Nepalese soldiers fighting for the British, arrived on the islands in the winter of '82. A few of them recalled having little knowledge of where they were in the world, but had been sent down as part of the British task force to meet the Argentines in combat. In a pilgrimage organised and sponsored by the Falklands Veterans Foundation, many of the Gurkhas were able to realise what they described as their dream to come back to these lands for the first time since the war. A group of locals volunteered to be the Gurkhas' drivers for the week as they revisited some poignant places. A convoy of Land Rovers toured off-road to a number of memorable spots. On their final day, the Gurkhas visited Bluff Cove, with Hattie and Kevin Kilmartin welcoming them to their farm for lunch and smoko, after seeing the colony of penguins on the beach. Over cake and a cup of tea, I could hardly believe that these brave men in front of me, with their gentle presence and warming smiles, were once the most feared group of infantry during the Falklands conflict. It has long been a legend of the Falklands War that the Argentine enemy was so terrified of the Gurkhas that they ran from their positions and surrendered before the fearless Gurkhas were able to make contact. A Company 1 platoon had come back together and were excited when they found their foxhole they'd dug out still recognisable 31 years later.
Our trench.
We found your trench?
Yeah, we just show you. We fought what we spent our days. So first we landed San Carlos, then straight to we were on way by the head to the Darwin. That was the first objective. To occupy the area while there was two barrack company.
Time had worn away their memories of locations they had fought at, but as they travelled the islands and helped each other recollect their memories as to where they were once based, they made new memories of the Falklands during peacetime. I couldn't imagine characters less ferocious and menacing than this lovely group of 22 souls who welcomed me attentively into their group. They exposed their legendary reputation for being the most feared and revered fighters by telling me they were themselves very scared when they landed on the Falklands as young men.
We were so prepared because the other thing is we were so young, we didn't know the things. Only the way thinking about the enemies, where are they, and how we met them.
We landed somewhere here, and we woke up there. While we were there, the Argentine artillery started to, shell on us. The second in command got injured, and 4 other soldiers also got injured. So yeah, we had a really hard time there. It was A Company's boys and the A Company signaller. But two of my boys was also that separate. So when another bomb came, dropped, 2 of my boys got injured.
One of the veterans recalls the change of weather since 1982. He remembers it always being grey and rainy, but today, he said, the sunshine came out.
During the time we can't see the sunshine, but now we can feel very nice, good weather.
Coordinator of the group, Dilkamar Ray, was a radio ops commander for D Company, Platoon HQ, and told me that their final task was to attack Mount William, but that the Argentines saw the Gurkhas coming and preferred to take their chances on the other side of the mountain, in the end surrendering to the British.
My name is Dil. I am the group leader of this Gurkha pilgrimage. We are here after 31 years. It's great to return to Falkland after 31 years, and the whole idea to come out here is to see the things, meet with Falkland Islanders. That was the main aim of the trip. PSYOPs played very vital role during the operation in Falkland, during the conflict in Falkland, and I think they're scared. And I was talking to some locals here when we were going around, and they were telling us that they were scared with Gurkhas. I can remember some of the places like San Carlos, where we landed first time, and then the other place I can remember is Goose Green, Camilla Creek, Fitzroy, and Mount William, and one or two other features like Tumbledown, Two Sisters. Apart from that, I can't remember much. Oh, obviously I can remember West and East Fox Bay. That is where our company went to, and I think we've been there for about 3 weeks before we were recovered to UK. And the good thing was that if Argentinian fire one bomb and UK forces fire 8 or maybe 16 guns, and that was really good moral boosting for the troops on the ground, and I can still remember that.
Ellen Davis, manager of Liberty Lodge, reflected on the Gurkhas' first visit to the island and showed me the cookery that they presented to Liberty Lodge for her hospitality, giving thanks to Falklands Veterans Foundation for organising and sponsoring their trip.
They are lovely people. It was a pleasure to have them, and the islanders really do like having the Gurkhas. It's the first group we've had, but they made a lot of friends. A lot of them couldn't remember a lot of about the islands, which was quite sad. But during the week when they were out on their daily excursions, the memories were coming back, and the Argentines were more worried about the Gurkhas arriving than any of the other troops. It is quite difficult for some of them. But no, I think they had a jolly good time. They had a nice party here last night for everybody, and they very kindly presented us with this cookery. So
yes.
That's really, really nice.
The cookery being a traditional Gurkha weapon used during the Falklands War.
Apparently, every time you take it out of the sheath, you have to draw blood before you put it back. So I think we'll leave it where it is. It helps people to come back.